So we decided that we were going to do a series from a book that Michelle and I both have. The author's name is Brianna Wiest, and it's called 101 Essays That Will Change the Way You Think. No, we do not get anything for mentioning this book or promoting this book or anything. It's a great book, and has a lot of thought-provoking questions, a lot of whatever. So we picked a chapter, and as you know, we decided to do a series on this. So the question for this week is, what would be too good to believe if someone were to sit down and tell you what's coming next in your life? Let me repeat that. What would be too good to believe if someone were to sit down and tell you what's coming next in your life?
Wow.
Great question, huh?
Just to be fair, I only found this out a couple minutes ago. You guys got the book.
Well, actually,
I
I
have
know,
the
but it
book.
just to be fair, we only read the question a couple of
Yeah,
minutes ago. So
yeah.
that's just.
We don't sit and I don't sit and like look through this book and say, "Whoa, let me
I'm
think
going to
about
pick the
that
question. I'm
question."
going to have my
Yeah,
answer, and then we'll spring it on
that
everybody
is
else. Yeah.
It's interesting though, because the last one you did was another one where I just went, oh, wow, that's a good question and made you think. And now
Yeah.
you pull this one out, and it is like,
Yeah,
I don't even know where to start with that.
I don't. I think the first thing that came to mind when we read this was a very simple question. Answer.
And
All your dreams came true. Like anything I've ever dreamt of, like or recently, they all came true.
What's the question again?
the question is, what would be too good to believe
Too
if
good.
someone were to sit down and tell you what's coming next in your life?
Right.
Okay,
And that
so let's refine that then, Michelle. So yes, the great answer is all my wishes come true.
that's like the first thing that came to my mind. Like, what would I like? Maybe because I've been working on dreaming. I
So
know that
then,
sounds weird,
no, it's
No.
awesome, and we all should be working on what it is that we want next.
Oh,
my dog just brought her toy in. So if you hear
of course she
squeaking,
did.
I apologize.
Of
So
course
I
she did.
think
We're getting really deep
maybe,
and she wants to enjoy it.
yeah. So let me tell you this. I'm working with somebody who is training me, or I'm sorry, pushing me to dream and think so far out of the box of what I want. Because I'm somebody who is very, we've talked about this masculine energy. Like
Mm.
my logical brain says, well, I can't dream about that because logically I don't know how that would ever happen.
Mm.
Right. Right.
So, yeah. So here's a perfect example. I would love to start a nonprofit. I'd love to work with Jason and have a nonprofit for what they do with the PTSD. But I don't, that's like, I'm like, well, that would be nice. But there's like, I can't like famous in my mind how to dream for that or manifest for that. So I'm working on that. I'm working on like this project this person has me on where um you write down you like what is I don't have my notes with me. Like what is logical to manifest for? What's a like at the next level and what is so far out of the realm like you can't even imagine that ever happening but you would love for it to happen and then you just start whittling away and then you come up with your best things of manifesting and I've always been in this little column, I'll be honest, of my dreams. How do I move to I know I'm getting so far off track and I apologize. But I guess that's when I said all my dreams came true. But to fine tune my dreams to be something I never thought would happen.
I find that so interesting because as soon as you said the nonprofit with, I'm like, oh yeah, like to me, I totally went like this. Da, 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 she's there. Like it just seemed so achievable. So for you, knowing
Yep.
you, it nothing about that to me felt like it was a dream that I'll never get there. It was like, oh, okay, well, we'll talk about that when she gets there because she's going to get there. So that's really interesting that you see it in a particular way because I don't see that from you at all with that particular dream. So
Yeah.
interesting. I find that interesting.
So, anyways, that's why I said that. Like, so let me rephrase it. Um, yeah, I don't know. I still say my
No,
most
so I think
out
that's
of
your
the
answer.
box dreams. Yeah, my most out of the box dreams.
So your answer to what would be too good to believe if someone were to sit down and tell you what's coming next in your life is you will have a nonprofit with your son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. There you go.
How about you, lady? So, like, don't leave me hanging here.
My first one went to health, and that they would say, and I'm gonna get a little teary-eyed that I am going to be here to witness all of my family's joyous moments, and that if someone said you're going to be here no matter what, that to me, if someone could tell me that, and I just look at what you were saying, and I go, well, that's very doable. That's me taking care of myself and being healthy and all that. But that's the first thing that came to me is that I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Not for me, but to witness. Well, I guess that is for me, but to be,
Yeah.
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 Tracy?
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
mean, same as you, Tracy. I just thought I would want to have that person would sit down and say, you will have impeccable health, fitness, and mind
And
for the
mind.
next 50 years.
Yeah.
And then she can come and visit or it can come and visit me back in like 45 years and we'll do it again.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think the
I
mind
mean,
thing
that's
is huge
yeah.
because it's like these are all, every stage of your life you look at what affects you, right? And when you're
Yeah.
an early parent, everything is about that. And now everything for me is about, I'm at this stage where I really, really can't take my health for granted, which I've
Mhm.
kind of done all my life. It's just, I'm pretty
Mhm.
healthy. And now I'm like, oh, Tracy, like I said, I sprained my toe walking into something, and that took me out from walking for 3 weeks. And that really was noticeable. It's like, oh, you're not walking. You can feel that that's not good. And I'm like, it's, every day you age, you should be doing something to prevent it.
what else besides health? Because to me, I think everybody always wishes for their health and to be here and sound mind, but I'm going to challenge both of you. What else?
Hmm. Um, I guess to have a wildly successful business that I that matches my lifestyle
Yep.
and that it allows for travel, it allows for time with family, it allows for like all of those things. It's not like it's an 80-hour a week situation that has created that success. Yeah.
Tracy G, anything else?
Um, I think if I were going, I think if someone said that I made an impact, that people know who I
Mm,
am, that I made an
Mhm.
impact, and said, "Oh yeah, oh Tracy Gurney, oh they know who you are. They know who you are because of this amazing
Mm.
impact you've affected these people." I think that would, like I would just be thrilled.
no. I'm going to cry because I had that same thought, and I'm like, ah, that's even far more far-fetched than the nonprofit
You
for
what?
myself. I had that exact same thought for myself, and
Uh-huh.
I said, nope, that's so much more far-fetched than the
Oh,
nonprofit.
far-fetched. Let's be far-fetched together, Michelle. It is like you do. You go because
Yep.
you go, who am I? Who am I that's going to do that? And it's like, you know what? We can. We can.
Hmm.
I think because we think we have to be something other than what we are to have had that impact. I mean, you don't know I mean, both of you sitting here, you could have had that impact on any one of our viewers. Any one of them. You could have
All three of us
whatever
could.
story it
Yep.
is that you told, whatever, however, the impact of something that was said or your take on something, you have no idea how that was spun in somebody else's life to have made a big change for them.
Hmm. I
True.
think, but mine though of the out there is that I know that. Like right now, you're
Mm.
saying I could have, but that I actually
Yeah.
Mhm.
know
No.
Yes.
that
Yes.
I have. Like, yes, you
Hmm.
have not just like not just. I don't want to use those words. More than one of many of
Yep.
many.
Yep. Yep.
Because that to
That's
me
true.
is so out there.
How would you know?
How would I know? How would I know? How would I know?
Well, the person would tell you, the person that sat down in front of you.
I think because I would be sought out. I would be
Yeah.
sought out. I would
Mhm.
be, people would be reaching out to me.
Hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Wow. And I think what's unique about it is that each of us see the other person already like, why are you, not that
Mhm.
our thought is useless, but the surprise of it. Like when I said the nonprofit, Tracy G, you're like,
Yeah.
knowing you, I can see bang, 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 bang. Yeah, you're done. You have like, okay, like how that like evolves because it's our mindset, it's our thoughts that are driving the whole thing.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and what one of us might go is very out there in like I could never achieve that in the sense of like here's this gift I'm going to tell you that you get your dreams come true or whatever is other people looking at you and going that's just how you are or that's
Yeah,
doesn't seem challenging.
no,
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
challenging is a
interesting.
good word. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't, it
It's like, well,
like,
that already is there. So now what?
right.
Like, yeah. Pick
Hmm.
something else. Yeah.
And it's almost as if the question was, um, what is too good to believe if someone were to sit down and tell you what's coming next? It's almost like, what is too good to believe if you had no fear in your life
Yeah.
anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. If you
It's
reword it.
almost
Yeah.
it's almost the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, because in my mind, I'm like, well, that don't happen. Like,
Yeah.
but I can
Yeah.
give you 1,000 reasons why it won't happen because just in my brain, what I'm telling myself. Where if I allowed that, remove that mindset or remove that fear, who said that's not even going to? Who said your guy's health is going to fail or your mind's going to fail? Who said that? I mean, if we're working towards taking care of ourselves and keeping ourselves active and keeping our mindset active and eating healthy, you know, we should go down the right path.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is a way of just rethinking it. Like if you take away the somewhat the external source and just like
Hmm.
if you wanted to
Yep.
wake up,
Yep.
Exactly what she says at the very beginning of this chapter.
what?
Oh,
She says, understanding who you are has less to do with discovery and more to do with remembrance than is typically understood. Have you ever had a realization that didn't precede a laundry list of examples, isolated moments, and meaningless experiences and random relationships that compiled to reveal a pattern or truth? Probably not. To pose questions, to give examples, to have you reflect, and through that recognition, connect to your inner guidance system, your intuition, and your essential self. The
Mm.
answers to these questions are some that have literally changed the course of my life, the writer's life. I'd be remiss not to have compiled and shared them. So here you go, the 16 most important questions you'll ever ask yourself.
Yeah.
You got to
Um,
ponder that later on too.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm, that's a good one.
Ah,
yeah,
it is.
that is.
Yeah,
So
she's awesome.
viewer, what did you think of the question? And how would you answer the question? Put it down in the comments. Share this with somebody. Share it with your girlfriends. Have a cup of tea with them, cup of coffee. Have a drink. Have a discussion about it. It'd be interesting what you hear. If you would have a similar conversation as we did, meaning here's Tracy G saying to me, "Well, Michelle, I can see it. Like bang, bang, bang. I can see you
Yeah.
do that with no
Mm.
problem." But yeah, in my mindset, I don't have that mindset for that aspect of it. So try it out. Let us know how it works out. Make sure you share this with someone who you think needs to hear this. Hit the like button and the subscribe and notifications so you know when our next show will come out. Until next time.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you as a regular member of our community.